Assalamu alaikum bale ngoli ngali konton kote ke kabonde kibaro network ngal bismillah fanang mo muitoni konton kendo wal nal badi ma pamane natal ka kibaro le diala bi talata lungo mati karoti li muanga aning nani 2026 nganyine stali kibaro to alba mo le krimbas bamu yalon ko le kumata NPP sansan kono ka bring Dr. Ismaila Ceesay ay luade da pour ka samba National Assembly pour ka journalist wol ke bulol toromondong e be do ko kala nyaadi de wala jamal be kala journalist oti mo fele mi yalon ka diamta contesta wala lota ka bantam bilo ke ka diama ko nyin na min keta Jibel Ceesay tonto dro mi yalon ka wole ke NPP Media and Communication nyaton ko la mun keta Sulayman Camara ti ay tanjiro kala ko e kanyu luwa mun sambateng anin sido manta andum fanan ka bol bulol morondo den nyinden kuti luwal timli yalon ko jamme de danu ka banko dingol fondi e la nyanto la diamo e nyanta ka minke e la hakilol mli yalon ko e wolde muta ko to mli yalon ko le be keri banko ka abe diam kan Jibel Ceesay nyo sabo mu yalon ko le dunta ida maltema wol kono Sulayman Camara ni mo jama mu yalon ko e dadu nga koto yemine fa ko nyin kono wala ya baynya dile albo mo le nyin ka cha kono mbeduna o ka cha kono ngal lamoy nga kuma xamul mun sotoy bulu dun sal tentu ngal ge ngal nimbara alnal badi ba pamani ala baraka ba jalla moy ko ñi mala
waaw asalaamaaleykum ngeen baal ma dama amoon call maa ngi doon déglu Sulayman Camara waaye li ma bëgg a wax Sulayman mooy dama bëgg a moom mu indil ma United States bi mooy wax nii o Angleterre bi mu nekk na ma wax fan la government di issue et press card pour di ko jox journaliste yi State House or anywhere sooy def sa press conference yow yaay seet ñi nga bëgg a invite leen koo bu fuggut sax koo xam ne ni dafa am lay sinam sax te niituloo ko fa doo ko invite loolu is a government moom war a contrôle loolu yaa ngi understand man li ma wax is not about man li ma wax mooy duñ mun a toog fii because of ñi nga xam ne ñoo leen jox laysin ñoom ñoo ñu taxul ñuy wax ñi nga xam ne amuñ laysin te nekk si di waxuñ ne kan yow Gambia yéen a ko moomu leen ko Gambia ñun ñoo ko bokka yéen a ngi understand so ñun ñëpp dañ fight pour am freedom yéen xam ngeen ne ñun bi ñoo xeeb pour président Barrow Yaya Jammeh lan ma ko fi indil problème ba pare lenn la ma bëgg a understand nga si kii Sulayman Camara nga understand dañ nekk si election year anything lii wartoon na nekk loo xam ne sax dañ ko war a indi because lii mun naa créer tension ci réew mi man su ma doo déggee ma wax rek man li may wax dama ko day xam bu baax because yéen a ngi gis wax jaa ngi jógee fu nekk on a sàng te yéen wóor na leen wóor yàlla ne lii nit ñi duñ ko nangu réew mi nag dañ koy pencoo waaye duñ ko pàccoo man suma gis-gis yépp ak suma support yépp réew mi la dama bëgg ngeen understand loolu bari na nag loo xam ne bu génnee nga ne ànduma si rek ñu ne diw dafa against te dama am sax suma right as a citizen wax ma dama bëgg rek nga indil ma fenn foo xam ne ni government bi si aduna bi yépp laa wax government mooy issue a press card any journalist it's very simple yow su fekkee ne ñëw nga wax loo xam ne nii right o nga def nga te kooku am nañ right pour ñu yóbbu la Sénégal la ngi ni ñaata nit la ñoo convoqué di la yóbbu di la denca ifin si jomaay government bi mu ngi apport waaye doo mun a wax ne ok yow pura kanay pura is government so yow suñ gisee ne yow yaa ngi am views Jibel Ceesay mu ngi am views ñu ngi ko followers about 6,000 or 10,000 ok te ñoom ànduñ ak government Jibel Ceesay àndut ak government ñu ne waa kooku dañ ko jéem a shut down wala nga wax dara tey ñu ne la non wala nga binda ko ñu ne la génne ko soo ko génnewut we gonna deal with you loolu lan la day indi si réew Yaya Jammeh bi mu ko fi defee lan moo xew munoon na ko stop outside ñoo nekk outside yow fu ne ni yow Sulayman su fekkee ne Facebook right now yaa ngi fa bokk sax di wax naka solo noonu suñ la reporté rek te ñu gis ne li nga def dëgg la dañ la di shut down fu nekk la contrôle am ñun bañu ko contrôle waaye contrôle tamit kenn ku nekk da nga war a am sa freedom to speak your mind ñun foofu la ñoo waxee because lii mun naa create tension si dëkk bi because politique léegi si time year of election lañ nekk lii wartu na ñëw si time bi controversies bi wartu na ñëw right now necessary wul yow su fekkee ne yéen ñaata nit a leen ne toppa ndax ñooñu ay journaliste lañ te yéen a ngi leen jox carte ndax ñooñu journaliste lañ te ñooñu ñu ngi leen ne kooba seen programme si soo ameen dañ leen seetaan affaire bi xam ne ñun ñëpp ñoo bokk réew mi yeah ok so nekk fii bugg a wax naan lii government mun naa contrôle loolu seen responsibility la waaye doo leen shut down nit ñi di pour wax seen xalaat parce que wax bi dem na ñëw na yëpp pour loolu la yaay jàmme bi mu ko fi defee wookut si moom la koppu te ak lu mu doon def yëpp nit ñaa doon wax seen xalaat si media bi seetlu ko rek 2016 campagne bi yëpp ñana doon campagne is not the media bi la oh yes media bi la ona saaga so kon su fekkee loolu am na dañ bàyyi nit ñi ñu wax seen xalaat yeah man si loolu laa d'accord te asalaamaaleykum ngeen baal ma rek dama nekk di am calls su lay gis nga réew mi gis nga loo xam ne nii ëllëg si biir mun naa indi problème te dañ dee yow fan nga gisee africain buy defar loi te loi bi du ñëw toon on him ku ko fi def ñaare rek dina ñëwaat si yow on sanga because bés boo demee ba nekkaat opposition rek di nga bëgg a loolu génn te doo ko mën a génni yaa ngi dégg réew dafa war a am yoo xam ne boo gisee loo xam ne mun naa indi yëngatu ci réew nga ne déedéet man kenn mosuma nangu foo moo déggee wax ju ñaaw dama koo condamné képp ku ko mun a wax dama koo condamné su fekkoon ne da ngeen indi bill ne ki léegi kat ku fi accuse nit wax loo xam ne ni tuuma la te mun la koo proof borom mun na laa yóbbu koot suñ la yóbboo koot mun nañ laa tëj mun nañ laa fine waaye pour nit ki toog wax xalaatam nga ne kooku yow yaay seet government mooy seet ndax kooku war naa wax wala warta wax parce que noonu laa ko mun a mën waxee presse journaliste card loolu daf fi yàgga depuis sa PPP mu ngi am journaliste yi fi mos a nekk yépp te yow sooy am problème boo ñëwee tey ngeen oote State House dañoo wax Kër Faatu QTV waaw ñooñu suñ ñëwee journaliste boobu noonu mu ñëw kooku dafa ñëw pour ne kaat bi mu amee bu ñëwee ana sa Kër Faatu la nga wone so yow soo fa defee any problème Kër Faatu moom mooy responsible ona sanga moo tax si dëkk yu mag yi yëpp loolu moo fa nekk tamit yow soo fi nekkee online independent journalist nii soo buggee is card press union Gambia press union soo demee dañ la dee check duñ jikki-jikki rek jox la journalist press card déedéet waaye ana puura ak puura ndax ñoom ay journalist fa wat loolu mooy ne da ngeen bëgg a contrôle nit ñi ku nekk loo bëgg a wax ak loo bëgg a wax duñ ko nangu sol loolu moom is the fact dafa indi si yëngatu si réew mi moo tax nag man ma teel a génn di leen wax na leen lii na ngeen ko teg si suuf am na wéendoo ngeen war a def loo xam ne nii léegi maa ngi dégg docteur Ismaila Cissé nekku di wax ne waaw léegi dafa neex ku bëgg nga bokk ko bëggul nga bokk déedéet lu tax mu indeeti loolu it's not about anything it's about réew mi dafa nii dal président Adama Barrow te loolu moo tax man de personally soo gisee ma support ko loolu la because réew mi dal lañ xam jërëjëf.
Assalamualaikum Jibel Ceesay fans club yo ngal kontom bake na drong purkan dabula kacha kono mi alon ko dal oncle Jibel Ceesay la natna jang oncle kalan my brother Sulayman Camara NPP director police director of media and communication mo ko min kacha kan jang kula mi ala mada baga mo be staklo ko ko kacha ni ko bake ta kalan kacha la mi alon ko nka ko journalist wala man ka journalist wala mantide it affects everybody because social media use in general. What I mean, in totality of the bill. Near Karam, they understand that it's not only journalists. It's also about anybody. Even social media, you have following sort of they don't a specific amount of following, but you have significant number of following. Then there should be a way to regulate your platform. What I mean. In general. So Suleiman Kadam to emphasize journalists follow. It's not only journalists. Follow for Jason Andy. It came from accreditation working la bellot. It's all over the world. And Suleiman Banu Uncle Terle and Falang have a living in Gambia Falang. And in general, accreditation basically it has two different forms. For example, State House, we have State House. Because I listened to Dr. Ismail Sita Diamonung about any press conferences, how can journalists access a press card? For the sake of clarity, Gambia has always having a press card across the Gambia press, what a press card D. They have a criteria, how to apply, and then who is qualified, and then I think it takes about 2 months before you can qualify to have a press card from Gambia Press Union. I research all those things. Well, look at the right now. Not D, it means as far as they are concerned, you are a journalist because it's a D. So Gambia Press Union, one of the journalists will be a couple of law. Kadeko is the only institution they recognize. Mialanko that law as a union. They all follow some every few years. So to give press card to people. All right, so when it comes to accreditation of government has an authority, even individuals. For example, this is a government state house. You want to go there. State house is a place where we have it's a government institution where people are going to listen to press information or sensitive information, whatever the case might be, or people are going to have access to very important people in government. They need to be protected. So state house in general is a very important place. So government can actually say basically using their own discretion to say that any journalist to cover events here, you will have to pass certain you have to go through certain how do you call it criteria. They can say we will take you through background check to make sure that you're a journalist. If you want to come to the State House or to be a correspondent for any media house at the State House, you will have your information. We will take you to the police for a background check to make sure they don't more than you have a clean record to be at the State House in the place. So they can have their own accreditation. And any government institution have that obligation, have that right to do so, to have access to any government building or any government press conference, right? Even me, if I have my own business, I want to do so. I have right to do so. Even I want to employ people, I can do that. Those are procedures that government can have in place, right? So one thing what we fail to understand here, I can emphasize, all those things are very important to do so. And the other thing, remember, who is a journalist, who's a journalist, and then that's where the government will have problem if they want to handle this issue with themselves directly, right? Who is a journalist? And then essentially they want to rely on Pura. Pura will be basically trying to monitor people on social media. I will come to that part. What we have right now, Gambia Press Union. What about Caring Gambia? And it's a union, just like Gambia Teachers Union. You have a Gambian Student Union. Even NPP, they have their own. Even NPP, they have their own membership card. Right? It's self-regulatory. Am I a member of NPP? No. No. And if I am a member of NPP, do I have my NPP card? Just recently, now they have they're gonna give money to women. They are registered member of NPP. So the journalists will be able to give card to their fellow journalists. That's not government's problem. But what government can do, what in the core, as if you are a journalist, it must be issued. It must be, and you have a card from the press union. That's not only the criteria that they can say, you have an automatic access to any government press conference or any government whatever they want to do. You also have to go through their own criteria to be able to have access to their whatever they want to do. It's there also. That's also their right. They can set the standard. So one time we catch the GFA, what are in the core? To actually say that core, we have to bring accreditation. Accreditation is not about accreditation alone. This is far. Government literally want to be in the business of journalists to control them. Because journalists will have a problem. Right? So I understand now what I find in Jama for government want to come in, but the government, they also have so let's say now, if you have a problem for a publication about a journalist, where do you report? They have a media council, right? Media governing council. So anybody who has a report about a journalist, if you can report will matter to a journalist will clue. It's a self-regulatory body. Let me establish. I agree that Nyumbunda, about an act about a journalist's behavior, right? That behavior and then it's professional or unprofessional. The media governing council is responsible to deal with those issues. So this is self-regulatory. If you take all these powers, press card, I think a journalist will follow Kekulu, Yabundi telephone bulokono, Yadu Masakunda bulokono. Who has more voice? Then where is that independence? So this is where the emphasis is. And nobody in any way saying that this current government, they are really heavy-handed on government journalism. We are saying that if this law passed, or whatever journalists, whatever how to call it, Dr. Ismail want to call it, voluntary, non-mandatory, whatever word he used, it is now, the journalists are now going to be under the mercy of the government, because government control them. This is the problem. So this law has a very important element of it that we acknowledge. Because if you look at the cyber, and I know, what is it again? Sulayman is a cybersecurity expert. That's where he focused on. And every country is bringing laws to protect citizens, cyberbullying, and a lot of things happen online. That part is a very important part to focus on. And then the other part, even from social media, for example, if you have a certain number of following in social media, you have to register with Pura. And Pura also have the right to monitor your content on your platform. And then if they actually remove it, you should remove it. And the consequences, they will deregister you. In fact, I can ask him, did Pura have any authority to register anybody on social media? Yeah, the platform I created through Facebook. Would they only the Facebook can block or to remove me from that platform? How would they do that if I refuse to do so? So for example, people like 360 Plus and all these social media influencers, they have a lot of followers on the social media. They're making money. Because if you have followers in social media and you are also making money, you have to register with Pura. Now, let's say now 360 Plus, he has a lot of following in the social media. Now, government want 360 Plus to register with Pura, and then they will monitor his content on Facebook. And if they disagree or any content he put there, Pura can ask him to remove it there. Now I remove Jay. What would they do now? They would register him. How can they do that on Facebook? Let's just be careful about what is coming up. This is not even about journalists alone. So the issue that we are facing here, Mr. Camara, let's look at the good part of this bill. And you are an expert in that. Then what can we do to protect Gambians from cyberbullying, and to protect to protect the government privacy online, and a lot of issues are there that this bill entails, which is very, very commendable. In fact, it's long overdue for us to focus on that. But the area where they said that people need to focus on the journalists, press cards, and it has to be a body now looking at it, and it will take into government also to issue it. Those are quite very unnecessary. Let's allow the Gambian Press Union and the Gambian Media Council to do exactly what they are doing. Government can empower them if they think there are loopholes in their enforcement to see how best they can empower them with with certain degree of power. There is nowhere in America here when they give and it's in Gambia. The Gambia government have the authority to give licenses to radio stations, the TV stations, register them. So what they do, they regulate those TV stations. They regulate the air, not the people, not the journalists who work who work with them. So basically, the liability of you is your staff. If your staff do anything that's not in line with with the criteria that make you have qualification to establish as a radio station or a TV station, the government can say we issue the license to you. They already have the power. We are taking the license from you. You can never operate as a TV station anymore because your TV station is not in any way promoting what as intended to do so in the Gambian airspace. You regulate the air, not the people, because they're going to hire the journalists. The journalists are going to work for them in that TV station. Then you monitor what they say in the air and make sure that whatever they say in the air is not in line with the qualification criteria. You revoke this radio station registration or the TV station. You have that power already. So what else do you need as a government? You want to go to social media and you want to regulate it to say that it's just I don't even know how government can implement it. What can Pura do? Did Pura own Facebook? How do you think Pura can implement that decision? How can Pura implement that, in fact? To say that, Kevananko is on Facebook, he has 10,000 followers. He said this and this on the Facebook. And therefore, we have to make sure that, Kevananko must come and register with us in the Pura. And then if he registers with us in the Pura, we're going to monitor his content. If the content is not in Facebook also already have their standard. If I don't break Facebook contents, how they call it, policies, whatever the case might be, Pura cannot do anything to remove you from Facebook. You know that. And you cannot obligate, there's no leverage that Pura have on me to compel me to go and register with them because I face a Facebook platform there. Because if consequences of what? They're gonna jail me for me to do so. What is the consequences? This is not logical. This is just practically impossible. Government cannot do it. Pura have a mandate right now, and people are seeing a lot of shortcomings in those mandates. You want to add them media, to add more obligation or give them more authorities to do something that already there are shortcomings with the issue they are dealing with. So this is just something in knowledge. But it has to be also understood that media is a branch of its own government. Then people told the people authorities that they are the fourth branch of government and all those things. Let's allow them whatever they have right now to maintain it and empower them to make sure that we monitor, and engage the government press unions, the media government council to make sure that there is absolute professionalism in our media thing. The people in the social media, those are not journalists. These are just content creators. So anyway, and I hope that you guys will understand. But this is not a good bill. It's a very, very bad bill. And it's just a bad bill. It's just a bad law you guys want to bring to the government people. And nobody is accusing government Maybe it is done in good intention. But I'm telling you, it's bad. Barrow may not improve. Let's say, understanding Barrow who brings democracy, may not use this against Gambian people. Somebody else will become president can use it against Gambian people. Because Barrow has found so many bad laws, he doesn't use them. But it's a bad law. So that's the bottom line.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum. Jibel Ceesay fans club. Yo, nangen wi ñep ko ne sa tur ak sa santa. Yo, Mr. Camara, nge kontong sunkaro la Ramadan Mubarak, Eid Mubarak, alman na sali si yalla. Yo, ila najang abetiata bakele fanangi ila ko blafa as a senior member of the government. You are an presidential advisor, cyber security. So ngamira nying journalism part of it fanang cyber security ya fang soto jere because the social media. But signing killing ilabanta daming lafta yeng mako ngamira, you are the right person to help us to try to dispel nying rumors or unfounded allegation. Ite fango nying below janimbe futala information minister la. Some of us don't have contact with him for long, but you can provide us dunidang forum to benga it ngaji benga understand, and we bring out a healthy debate on it. It's important. Okay, me Daniela Wola, then it okay because you have access to it. You are the cybersecurity analyst or advisor, so at least you are part of this, I believe, because coming for Amira, 70% of it now is on the social media, trying to combat that. Aiming for. Okay. The other point, well, I'm a bit confused. Well, I didn't know because what does the accreditation mean? What is it referring to? Because as far as I know, Nico accreditation or one, if there is a function at State House, okay, announcement, okay, medial, then the okay, puri accreditation or dealer. Okay, well, government like a wadi, maybe to the Ministry of Information, then you send vet, ni fenketa, accreditation or dealer, then you have access to State House or Natara Independence Anniversary or Natara is the state opening of Parliament and other important issues. Even Natara coming be ferio inaugurate la pour media lieta, so we'll make a fenkele sense pour Jumal Lebita because moi be bukatano. Okay, but okay, so ngamin fanang mira fanang they using the word accreditation no, wolom pour ka license the journalist to operate as a journalist for Wolombang for it is you mean accreditation or ning state the function sort of for journalism yeta. So I don't know which is which among these two, but natara it's to give accreditation for journalism practice. You apply to be a journalist or accreditation for a journalist per se. Then the accreditation or dealer. Ngamira wo amanyan na ate amanke government la fenkoti they media nyingi body sotole. You have a media commission. You have a media watchdog. You are in the UK jang media watchdog le bijang. Minka media regulate, ke control. Then ngamira media council fanam bijele in the Gambia with the press union. So what like make so called media they follow the ethics and the ontology of reporting or whatever journalism. So you have all those functions, all those side functions me along they regulate. So but natural government left on the permit all the media la operate. Oh, shouldn't be they have bodies what all then ning woketa then they should be then government is compromising ibe fandu ndila je gawole mira. But butu malom munemu itele say more enlightened no. But as far as I know, if you want to go to UK, you were in UK and you still live in UK, maybe your family is here or whatever, you do come here. Even social media come on for like young people are aware. They don't use social media to criticize Kamorning or Kapenke. They use social media to do their business and do their other things. Even all the TVs with social media. You have different radio stations. They bring programs. You become more castigate foreign programs like LBC or the channel. If you go to America, you have Newsnight or the Fencall. So social media Kamorning is only in Africa because we are abusing it. Even here, Minurka use jang nalalum come you criticize because maybe tobacco man kangol moy because as your phone is regulated, yeah, fenkele. But does Gambia have any agreement with Google or with the social with Facebook, with Fencall, with YouTube, pour ya jibe ye cool control no nyaming what is ngamira wole follow nyanta kela if you want to combat the social media. But accreditation, not everybody is a journalist. Not everybody who works in the media is a journalist. A TV station is not, most of them are not even owned by journalists. It's a business. It's a company. You understand? But Nyanta cool enlighten Moria long alium mean water. Ning one thing abe conversation will be in the wrong. Cool think. So if you can help us with the Fengoing. Atondi the bill nying minyanta duna benga karanga jibe but then purka accreditation di nada purka permito di media la you operate journalist to operate as a journalist or there is a media council, there is the express union, that's their role, and then you need to have a media watchdog like what's happening in UK, in America, even in Senegal, will be not government. So obviously, now we're trying to borrow the past playbook because now they're trying to control the media. They're bringing in new rules. They're trying to create new Fenkol. Maybe Dr. Ceesay or inspirational to Walter, even though he criticizes them, but I didn't copy from them. So
Keba Nanko, thank you very much. Man lila understand si buga sa rew, buga sa leader. Because ñun ñëpp dañ war a laan fen lañ jógee Yaya Jammeh lu fi def te Yaya Jammeh moom kenn mënu dara ana ñu tokkoon di ko tàccu Yaya Jammeh toog na fi ba mu ne dafa nekk king gars yi di ko tàccu fii ñun ñëpp ñu ngi ko fekkee ana Yaya Jammeh tey mu nga nekk exile ana ñu àndoon ak moom tey ñëpp ñu ko doon tàccu tey ñoom ñëpp ñu ngi si gannaaw Barrow ak ñeneen di tàccu kooku tamit. So léegi Africa man li ma day wax all the time ñun leaders yi nañ dee bàyyi seen xel bu baax si ñu nekk seen gannaaw parce que ñoom ñoo leen dee dugal si problème because bu ne param fii kan mooy am problème mooy président Adama Barrow that's it ñoom ñu indi bila ñu support ak ñëpp dañoo dem ñu seeti feneen man nag loolu duma si fekka man dinaa wax président bi ne ko fi nga teg sa tànka foofu la bàyyi nit yi yow xam nga ne gannaaw yàlla media bi moo la indi nga win election 2016 ñun ñëpp fii la ñu fekk te Yaya Jammeh dictateur la woon waaye mënut a wax dara because intellectual si ñu ngi dem di change seen tur ñaata ne dafa wécc seen tur yi di binda di wax am fake name di same so loolu su dooree di am rek ennemi am na problème am na te léegi président Adama Barrow ban traite la am amul benn traite si 2016 bi because lan la ban opposition moo fi taxaw boo xam ne ni mun naa defeat président Adama Barrow because ku nekk ngay dem sa own way so lan moo ko fi jar man loolu laa mënut a understand man nag suma waxi tey mooy nekk suma waxi ëllëg yaa si waay moom duma ko nangu kenn duma si dugal loolu du interest am du interest si réew mi jërëjëf
sorry nga joko fa na dia mo siatal nte ngami nge nyinko to na tara wolom Uncle Jebel Yeminfo, Kana do GBJ. We all love the president, and we all love the president to succeed. But modole nata dung wolto ning president of nyanta hakilo bulala wolto ning Dr. Ceesay nyol ning Sabally nyol ning Dudu Janyol bin nata and in other now Amadou Scatel Jane nyol nata. These people have said volume against the president. Femang fenke coming for now people in nata join President Oyade trying to say the opposite. They say molbe wolle fintindi kang and it's disturbing. He left a whole Stifula drunk. I will think they trying to bring this regulation. Odorone bije atol manyana sona wola. Ninene manyinke Cabral bije atol starter. Think even your head of media for NPP. Sometimes you interview the president, but you are not a journalist. Yo, alamol kabo babu karbahum nyol kata Alaji Bambo nyol kata Lamin Jai nyol kata Suso nyol mo manke journalist je, and they are all operating the media. So what's going to them? And maybe you're just going to give those people accreditation media, and that's not fair. Because I remember there is one press conference Minketano, my brother was there, Sankare, and I think that was a problem about Nimanke, the journalist, one of the NPP media Fenkol, and but Sankare Bafuleko, but he has accreditation, a media card, and the like. So what's if Alebija Alfana Ali Wajibe Fanang? So it's a 2 coin. Nga hakilo tendi durong alkana koronto kanying dundi. Alhakana koronto kanying dundi. Nga cool karanyokan. Because social media is difficult to regulate. Mobe UK jang social media babu abe diamol farabra. Hibe o regulate la nyadi. You hold your mobile phone, you kumol be for yaki Facebook Live and the like. So you cannot control that. Ngatonya for new year. To control la no. But we try our best. You as media fenko bijang try to get in touch with Facebook nyol, Google nyol minu tamu social media platform olte. Kajibe how to regulate. But when it comes to the media, the Gambian media, they are responsible. Mobuka Fen criticize, they just say it as it is. Maybe Wole Bukadia. But then sometimes you take those things, it's positively, positive criticism, then you develop on it and then try to, work on things, a change. This positive criticism. And don't namira nendroka kele also. Because as far as I know, I don't think it's even to insult on Fenko. Nico hate speech. Hate speech comes from my dear brothers. Ismail Ceesay, at the last rally, Yemin Kenumalong Yake Mintole, a diameter ye, Kabrate diameter, everything was on Taliban Suda. Among Fen to Talibia, very harshly, and even on Peter Gomez, Abuka Fen to Talibia. Sabali Fanayena, the same, everything about Junkula Tabre. Dr. Sabali Fanayena, Fakabi, Ajartale Yellow Bone. Fakabi Malo confused. All those are hate speech. So, and it's normal when you think it was a political platform. All those are hate speech. Ahmad Bafamo is the chief. Namolo Barafara Bukapo. So, Jibede, Bana, Nimbara, but thank you very much for coming out. So please help us with that. Yamwe, thank you.
Jërëjëf Prince jërëjëf yooyu tamit sa contribution xam nga lii mooy njëriñi forum ak politique bi ñuy waxtaan ci li nga xam nga man li ma mënta understand in Africa every time léegi dama dee wax lu mel nii dañ dee bugg a jël political party moo doon di amee dëkk bi wala nga indi support benn nit ki mu ëppal la réew mi loolu dafa serious torop te loolu mooy suñ problème ñun in Africa xam nga ñun fo war nañoo land like li nga wax léegi nii like lu happen to Pastef right now nga seet léegi ni ñoo arrêté nit yi si loo xam ne du dëgg du yoon waaye bi ko ànduma yow man maa nekk si power yooyu dafa serious di moment mu ngi am si dëkk rek problème am na man nag dëkk bi moom man problème bëgguma ko soo gisoon mënuma ànda Yaya Jammeh support ma ko ba tey si sa tey laa ko gën a against because lim doon def man mosuma against président Adama Barrow dinañ dee disagree léegoo léeg mu indi yoo xam ne dan lii jógewul si président Adama Barrow mu ngi jógee si docteur Ceesay waaye moom mooy président bi docteur Ceesay du président xam nga lii moo tax li gën a bari yëpp Yaya Jammeh change fii dafa yàq dëkk bi because bu njëkka balaa ngaa nekk ministre da ngaa nekk député dañ laa votal da ngaa nekk represent sa nit ñi président bi door a am doole pour appoint la as ministre boobu tamit président bi pour mu génne la dina ko xalaataat te yow di nga xalaat yow tamit sa bopp ak nit ñi nga xam ne ni ñoo la elek loolu Yaya Jammeh moo ko fi génne so foog ñu dee wax loo xam ne lu dee njëriñ président bi la ak luy indi jàmm si réew mi waaye yow boo nekkee opposition lu la neex mun nga koo wax di against waaye soo ñëwee ba bokk si affaire bi rek nga fàtte comme li Demba Balde wax loolu dañ ko war di xalaataat bu baax a baax a baax a baax a baax te njiit buñ fi dugal ba nga duga soo duggee si pax bi rek bàyyi nañ la fa saa daaw dal na ko fi moo tax man saa yu may wax dinaa wax ne lu tax ñun suñ njiiti du ñoo jàng si PPP muy benn any political party fii or any leader fii war ngaa jàng mistake bi PPP daal bu leen dal waaye ñun moo tax olof Njaay mu ne buur aayul dak yi ñoo aay ñi ko toppa Yaya Jammeh dem na fii ba mu ne moom dina rule ba jox sitam moom dootul ñàkka sitaatam sax du ñàkka yëpp wax na ko fii dem na ba mu ne moom dafa nekk king yëpp gars yi ñu ngi koo tàccu ana ñu ko doon tàccu te lii yëpp jotul nekkul nit war a jàng te Yaya Jammeh moom kenn la fële Guinée équatoriale ak doole bu mu amoon anamu yàlla dafa able rek so man dama bugga man su ma nekk si site dama nekk in a good site pour in case tomorrow luy yàqu duñu wax ne jëbel dafa seetaanoon wala jëbel waxut mun naa noppi suma yoon nekku si déedéet kon feyaawuma ak di dëkk bi because man yàlla may na ma ne lu xew si dëkk bi rek ñu bari dinañ ma call jëbel lii de xew na lii de ñu ngi ko wax lii ñu ngi ko def lan mooy sa xalaat so in mis de nis yaa ngi maa déglu te man 2016 boole wu ma waxaat réew mi man Yaya Jammeh dafa nekk fii di def lu bon may ko against waaye bu ñoo def nañ leen di dimbale suñ leader si ngir yàlla suñ buggee jaada yoon ñu ne leen déedéet du nii because NPP amul any threat any threat amu ko pour 2016 gisuma ko man for now gisaguma ko so léegi lan moo fi jaar pour nga yow indi controversion boo xam ne nii suma waay ku nekk dina nekk di xalaataat leneen it's not normal waaye jërë ngeen jëf thank you very much ku nekk indi sa xalaat
Okay, auzu billahi mina shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Jibel Ceesay fans club. Jibel Ceesay mbe mo be konto na men be fans club oto jang. Nga anka Jibel Ceesay le diamo la moy bakin ke follow. But I alanying diamo disagree tawala completely. Comment ka foko government manyan na accreditation o kela nana ta journalist all. lafta meten la Jibel Ceesay la wala mo ngente ko president baro la interest wala mo ka president baro support ala interest la anu banko fang la interest wala mo pour rule of law press freedom ay tara Gambia banko kan fo faw ha and president baro la legacy be based la press freedom la kan not to stifle the media. But having said that, it doesn't necessarily mean that, every Tom, Dick, and Harry can come and say that, come in journalist show le muti. Ubuka ke dunia dulato, including United States of America. Media accreditation obe dunia dula belt. Media house dunia dula belt everywhere across the globe. Because munebe caring social media le nata the social media trend Jibel Ceesay. Dunia be tembo mento nunto radio station wole le ka fitino wulinde banko kan. B, people have access to platform me alonko isi banko malano. Ni obekeri wala tinda tubabol regulate social media. Wala tinda tubabudu molika memfo nyoe Gambia ebuka fo nyoe tubabudu because tubabole social media yala effect lonne asi havoc costola asi fitno sabunol. Yamwe. Ngo so wale atenda yo regulate oto wala atenda ko bankol menu dunia banku balu anin Africa B nsafo Africa B le ni accreditation also amanke ngende ko journalist pocket no to pocket journalist for what but is it that momo stano ye bono e ka for medical doctor le mutibang no dunia buka tawanya momo te lono le yafa ko ntemu teach professional teacher no. Andung media is what we call the fourth estate. Dunia niaje democracy dunia kono. Democracy ka bambang dunia kono. Mune katina more ka educate and stuff like that. Mune otina journalism. Wala tine ko journalism ila main thing wala to inform and educate. Mune meni bo palace ro man ka palace kya kantide. Me alon ko ikafai ko the fourth estate. Omanka palas kya kandi ntolla interest wala mo nga professional journalist so the bank worker so that they can take anybody to account to make sure that you very good oversight functional ke bank worker jumala be balano wala mote balano mbela interest wala wote because nita ko be balanda wala sinin soma as skeno media fa lota mari kudoto askeno e mari nyanto Trump lo bita le belole so ndefe is very important. Proka understand what this media accreditation is because momo ma understand ikobe diamana la drong isaje is modul si kamfa atre man kamfa ngo we have what we call freedom of information at Swokono. Anybody can reach out to the ministry your informational care and the background to this. There's nothing like pocketing the journalists, not at all. This is what is going on across the globe. Journalists all dunia kono. Journalists all bejen Nigerian journalists all are accredited. Ika tax fango jor. They pay tax. Nigerian blali be. Man sakundate wulla droy no. Oman obekala juma lala fonko. Oman ke mola fonko. What's name again? Mola interest what kafe ko journalists ya ko stifle. What a stifle no la. But mo along ko professional journalists wale muti. Nimbantala bankol mol na Gambia yela kato sika you can have unfettered access to everywhere. Imari needed to be a fonko accredited. And no more minimum professional journalists will think diale because I better so that no journalist them take ko momo seeing no camera do ko journalist will matter. No. As I mentioned, no more info coming a medical doctor. You can just go and open a hospital and practice being a medical doctor. No. Don't have a doctor ya fosikara ngo niambe bekala doctor what Cairo ning tempo le sabatin bako journalism manke chakandi. Journalism is a very noble profession. It's a very noble profession. So Jibel Ceesay take a for contract cover government ka media to pocket media for what? That is not the interest of the government. Why should any government pocket a media? Among the government found a Cairo. A media should be left free to do their job without fear, favor, or any aid from go. And they should have unfettered access to information. Government Freedom of Information Act. So that if you are a journalist, you want certain information, you can go to the information ministry. By force, they will give you the phone call because we'll work pastel. Olwa pastale. So there's nothing kafako ka journalist pocket or ibe mole balani media accreditation card or some it okay no. No. So there are guidelines to it. Kafako karkaman secondary criticize so therefore a media accreditation. Man secondary is not going to go that level. No. Journalists only know journalism woman ke chakand. Journalists should be free. They should exercise their function in a fourth estate do ko mebala. Or fourth estate wala mean the oversight function of ning judiciary, the executive and the legislature oversight ke fena it will see utano le law parasot. So it's important. So by the comment for the contrary to comment kavoko ka journalist solu pocket or kafu fitino. No. If in fact anything government is trying to avoid fitino. Wala mo nyinte ko no so that professional journalist wala yalo na menyanta sevela memma nyana sevela and stuff like that. Ntole beaje for wanda jang mune kelo kosge. Huh? So we should all support this. This doesn't necessarily mean that no comment kavoka journalist pocket it come for. I think it's important you reach out to the information ministry, let them send you basically menka. You mantra basically ndangoro comment kavoka what journalist. No, this is in fact the interest of the journalist. President Baro masakunda lane di journalist ole kema ko pour ila dula loji ila on headquarters shot and stuff like that, you know. Obeyment journalism is good. Journalism manki chakandi. You know? Dunia kono niaje klimbali akaboy no journalist ole latina. Journalist ole kalo dulate kanama dingol dema. Journalist ole ka information samba hanama dingole. Journalist ole ka mo mute ke kunindi e ke karande. Mosit lu wala. Mo manyana tulna wala o manka chakandi. So contrary to what journalist pocket is not. I think you need to reach out to the ministry, your information okay and menka so that you see it. Momo you read there's not an iota of stifling journalism in the country. No. Gambia is not the only country, all the sub-regional baby keka. You can ask around. Okay, then Allah Brakabaka Jibel Ceesay Fans Club.
Yo mbadi mo mbe kuma kawon mo mil fota nga moy fana nga fota nyamina. Mbele ya moy Jibel Ceesay mimfo nga Sulayman Camara fana ngala kuma kawol moy la ni mul diamata mul keta NPP dingolti Jibel at least to nyana sabati ta nyanda fulale baten lawla ka jeyi Sulayman wolde ke mina nyamina injakal baake andu nyil ko ilafta luwa mun sambalana. Probably it will be applied on media houses. They are registered in the Gambia. But this TV on our pockets. Television station on Muyalon ko bulo akatare telephone ko na bila poso ko. Abe kuleala de. Allah fa ko kele nyami na nal kalba kala wo nyama albal tol de tinyala. Allah haji te jarala. Luwa dol be je niwol samanan ike fon le tinya andula hajo manta jarala. Alal hakilo to woto bake nde boda mal fulade si mo be tantu mo be jay yalon koy kala moy banko ko nani banko bantala dal badi ma pamane ala baraka ba jalla moy kunni mala